yeah, what does this episode become? It's like creativity, and I guess it starts going back to the beginning of before I was helping companies make decisions. I kind of started as a designer. That's what got me into it. Just how do we make logos and things using some of those creative tools. I still remember the first time I made a New Year's resolution was that I was going to learn to paint. So the first time I went down to Michael's, bought a massive canvas, bought some paint, and I remember taking it home and laying it on the floor in my apartment, and it was kind of just, what do you even do to start, right? And colors, general broad strokes, shapes that like create a vibe, and I think that's what I gravitated towards. And yeah, I guess learning how to tap into creativity as a designer earlier in my career was always something that I thought was important. And there's nothing like going to like MoMA in New York or San Francisco and seeing like a Jackson Pollock on the wall or Mark Rothko. That's, when art's that large, it influences you. 100% it does. I like Andy Warhol too. I thought he did a pretty creative job of like mixed media. The art itself, the dreams, the colors, I feel like it just stimulates creativity.
Okay, so welcome to my exhibition. All this collection was born from vivid dreams. Like, I don't know if you dream or not. Most of the people don't.
Sometimes.
Like, for example, Andras doesn't.
No.
But I have a lot of vivid dreams, and in the morning I have to, for a few minutes, I have to figure out where
What
am I?
just happened?
Yes, who am I? What's my name? What am I doing here? And I said I need to put it on the canvas, right? So let's make a collection. Like being an artist, let's make it. Let's create something, so then if I'm awake for such a long time, at least let's see something from it, something useful, right, and something pleasing. And you have this, like, this is not just for decoration, because that's when you're waking up and it brings you back to reality actually. And the black here is when I'm sitting still in bed, and I, you have that, you feel heavy and like you're just back from a different world. It's really interesting how, like, I try to figure out what are these dreams and why am I having them.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in our brains.
Totally.
And actually this was something when you come back and then everything is calming and everything is, you just feel that you're back.
I used to always have a recurring dream that I was in Manhattan rowing a boat, and Manhattan was like rivers, like the city of Venice, and I was always looking for ground zero, which, like, what did that actually mean in my life? I don't know why it kept happening, but I'd be like, realize, like, eventually I'm like, oh, I'm rowing this boat again.
And have you been there actually?
I have been
in
there,
your life? Yeah.
but the dream happened before I ever went there. Tell us about the color palette that you went with here.
Color palette, I had something in mind that I really wanted to go with brownish colors, right? Like they are more like beige, brown, and definitely I wanted to bring it down to the black, and I wanted to have the gold, as you see, that is appearing in all the paintings. So I'm experimenting with a lot of texture, and I'm just like a child, I'm like, you have to be curious. You cannot just create in a way that, oh, I did a mistake. So what? Let's see where it's gonna take us. Let's see what's gonna be from this. Let's see if I can use it or not. So you see, that's how I came to all this texture here, and actually I enjoy working with it now. Because I got inspired from that, so I started to actually to do a smaller collection. I'm known about creating big sizes, big artworks, and I wanted to challenge myself because maybe not everyone needs the big ones, and I wanted to offer some smaller pieces as well. What I like about these is that you can put it next to one another in so many different ways.
Yeah.
My plan first was to put 6 like underneath, like 2 and 2 and 2. And it looked really good, but then we didn't have space. So as I mentioned, I could fill the whole gallery just with my artwork. I have so many already.
Plus, it might be a nice way for someone to get into the Brassay art collection, maybe
collection
throw it
is
in their
yes.
bathroom and start warming themselves up to it.
Yes, and as I mentioned, a little bit more special because it's limited, and that's it, right? So I'm not going to do more. I'm not going to do.
I know I have one.
You have one, yes. This one particularly here, I was trying to play with all this interesting texture here, and I started to enjoy it. And I said, I don't even want to include sand on this one because I feel that it's not needed. So I think I'm just going to go with this because I try to experiment with that everywhere, and I liked how it looked. But as you see, there are lots of layers everywhere. So
seems like this was a good dream. Something good
a
happened.
Good dream.
Like
Yes,
an accomplished dream almost.
Yes, yes. Sometimes they are actually motivating dreams as well. So they are not always. I'm not always exhausted. Sometimes I am, yes, and that's when I need to put it on canvas. But some of them are actually good, and some of them are motivating me. And then let's see, what can we do? Like, there's a lot of energy.
Something like the burning flame.
Yes, there's a lot of energy. Here is another piece. If you see, it looks like a swirl. It looks like there's again, like like a funnel.
Tornado. Yeah, I'm loving the collection.
I'm glad.
It's amazing. It truly is like. I've been to a few like MoMAs. I love art. It's just big creativity is a big piece of like exposing your soul and what comes to you and getting in tune with that piece of life.
Exposing your soul. That's the word.
Your work belongs in those museums. Like,
let's hope one day.
We're gonna get it. There.
One day.
YouTube or bust. Take us over here.
So another dream, obviously, right? Like each one is a different dream, and it's grounded. It's where was I, right, during the night? Like, where was I? What is another word? What is another dimension to call it like that, right? What's going on there? And then you come back to reality, and you start the day, right? You have to make breakfast, you have to get ready to school and things like that. See completely different things.
The thing with abstract art for me, I don't know if it's even that I ever try to see anything in it. It's more just like the combinations of textures, colors, and like broad strokes. And
I think if it catches you, I think that's something important. Like, I know today is very popular that it has to have a meaning, right? It has to have a story.
Like it's a whale coming out, and it's like, no, it's just what it is, but it gives.
And you know what I feel? I feel that we're forcing it in a way. I don't feel that we need to force it. Like, this collection was born because there was a story behind it. But what if it's not? What if I'm just experimenting with different textures? Here is another one, another piece that I wanted to create something else, and it's interesting. It's interesting. Sorry, just leaving.
Yeah, the Kinga fan club is here. Yeah.
I cannot stop until I don't get there that I like it, right? So there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of redoing it sometimes until I say that, okay, it's done, right?
Yeah.
I remember in one of my interviews, previous interviews, I was asked, like, when it's done, right? When you can say that it's done, then you feel that there's nothing more. And it's interesting because after a while you feel it. You feel that, okay, this is when I'm not touching it anymore because I might ruin it. You know? Even if it's a commission, I better bring it to the person because otherwise I keep working on it and I keep just redoing or I keep just
give it to someone else.
Yes,
and let them
and that's it. And then I cannot touch it, right? This gave me the motivation to transform it into a full collection. You know, sometimes I get those ideas and I have to have it and I do it really fast.
You have to get it out, otherwise you're going to lose it.
Yeah. And then sometimes I have to come back to it and I have to work on it more and more and more. So it's always different. So this was a clear vision, and I think it is a strong vision in a way that, look, there's a whole collection just from this piece. Explore things. Don't be afraid of mistakes. There's no mistake. You're learning from everything. You like it, you don't like it, you do it in a different way. But once you do more, you're going to see that you're going to become more and more creative. The only thing of getting more creative is to do it. So you cannot wait, and you cannot wait for inspiration. Inspiration has to find you working, you know.
Totally, 100%, so, and it always does.
You know how many times I was waiting in the studio for the inspiration and just like, it's not coming, and actually I'm gonna be transformed into a skeleton one day if I keep waiting. So you have to start doing it, and that's how it's gonna happen.
Obviously, there's many different creative endeavors. Like, you could be into trying to paint, you could be into graphic design, you could be into sewing, you could be into whatever. I think yeah, just don't think there's any dumb questions.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Like I know lots of people are afraid to even show their arts. Like even my students. Like I'm afraid to show it to the world. I'm afraid to show it through the camera. Right? I know it is challenging, but don't be afraid. And because there's so much creativity and there's so many different talents. Right? Like you don't have to hide it, and that's how you grow. Like each time you feel that, okay, like I did it, right? Like how can I become even better? And you keep going.
Tell the gang where they can find you, where they can...
The best is House of Brassay is going to be my Instagram account, and yeah, every single day I'm checking messages and everything there. So yeah, if you reach out to me, that I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible.
You're willing to do
yes,
commissions?
And I'm willing to do commissions. I'm working on commissions as well. And another, what I want to mention is based on the color scheme of the home, I can do the commission, right? Obviously, it's going to be abstract, so I'm not going to start painting family portraits. It's going to be abstract, but it's going to be based on the color scheme, based on the wall size, based on do you need a small piece, do you need a bigger piece, do you need to fill the whole wall or not. I think that's just something extra that I can offer.
That was an interesting experience. Always good to see Kinga. Yeah, it's just, she's got so much creative juice flowing through her that you get to have conversations that you don't have with other people normally, and especially when it comes to creativity and exploring, the human emotion and how do we express that. And obviously, I think her art just looks fantastic, so I'm always a big supporter there. Yeah, we need more artists to get exposure out of Edmonton. It's a small market, but with the global reach that you can have out there, there's no reason why she can't build a following and continue painting great pieces of art.